Smart News. Download Smart News for free today.
Now, the latest from WCCO's Weather Center on CBS News Minnesota.
Chris Schaefer found a great spot at Minnehaha Falls. Hi, Chris.
Hey, Frank. Yeah, spring is still officially 4 days away, but we're seeing signs of it all over the place. Pleasant day. It's nice to know that even the cooler days that we're going to have are still going to be above average. So the melt will slow a bit, but it will continue certainly for the next few days as we have highs in the mid-40s both tomorrow and Friday as well. Then we turn up the heat once again. Take a look at this. Mid-50s on Saturday, upper 50s on Sunday. We do have cooler days in our future, and we do have a chance of rain that will arrive early next week. Now, some of the models are hinting at some snow possibly mixing in at the tail end of that system, but let's just focus on the good for now, and that would be the big warm-up that returns just in time for the weekend.
It was a crime that changed Minneapolis, Minnesota, and the world. Now, the murder of George Floyd and the aftermath is documented in an exhibit coming to the Mill City Museum in Minneapolis tomorrow. Kate Raditz has a preview.
It's been almost 2 years since the murder of George Floyd.
This is the hurt! This is the pain!
That sparked protests, rioting, and conversations around racial justice.
There's a lot of images, I think, that will be fresh for people. 40,000 pictures at the square now.
University of Minnesota photojournalism senior fellow Regina McCombs was tasked with helping to narrow down 500 photographs from that time to 54 of them for the exhibit documenting a reckoning, the murder of George Floyd.
They all have these kind of moments that just grab you.
The idea for the exhibit first came from a freelance photographer who was there the days after Floyd's death.
The exhibit features photographs from the hours leading up to George Floyd's murder all the way to the trial and conviction of Derek Chauvin.
I love some of the ones with stories. So this is some high school seniors from Patrick Henry High School who couldn't walk because of COVID. So they came in their caps and gowns and brought their diplomas out to protest.
Some of the images are taken by award-winning photographers from national publications, others by people in the community.
We've got a photographer from National Geographic right next to a photo from a community photographer.
McCall says she hopes people leave with a sense of how that time changed the community and also the change that still needs to happen.
It's really emotional, but it's hard to say what it is because there's sadness, but there's also joy and celebration and community.
Kate Raditz, WCCO 4 News.
The Minnesota Historical Society and the University of Minnesota are behind the new exhibit. It opens tomorrow and then runs through June 5th. Well, your generosity is helping the Salvation Army get closer to collecting 2 million pounds of food. WCCO's Adam Duxter shares how the state of hunger in Minnesota is affecting our neighbors and coworkers.
Four days a week. The food food shelf at the Prince of Peace in Burnsville is about as busy as Trevor Skorberg and a group of volunteers can keep up with.
We've been seeing for the past, I'd say 4 or 5 months now, a pretty steady increase.
That demand meaning this one space is now serving up to 150 families each week.
I'm really just doing enough to meet my bills.
Including folks like Faye Clardy, who weeks ago found herself walking in for the very first time.
It was very welcoming. There was no isms or schisms, in the atmosphere.
But Clardy says she left with more than just a meal.
I got love, I got prayer. When I left, here, I needed prayer. One of the staff, they prayed with me, and I'm about to cry.
This month, Salvation Army says they're hoping to continue serving people like Faye.
If he could come up here, try to roll him over, and if he knew CPR.
The students managed to steer the bus off the road and stop it right before it was about to cross a bridge over a river. After stopping the bus, some students tried to help the driver while others flagged down people to help. Sadly, the 77-year-old driver later died.
Had they not been able to get that bus stopped, we don't know what could have happened.
What was going through your mind in that moment where you realized someone's got to step up and do something?
I need to stop this bus before it goes into the ditch more, or before anyone. Else gets hurt.
All 14 kids on the bus are okay. The teen who stopped it only has a driver's permit. The wife of the driver is thanking all of the students, citizens, and first responders who tried to save her husband. A baby rhino in the Czech Republic now joins the many countries and people around the world standing in solidarity with Ukraine. Zookeepers named him Kyiv in honor of the city under siege. Rhino was born earlier this month, just a week after Russia started its invasion of Ukraine. Poaching has reduced the number of eastern black rhinos living in the wild to just around 800. Only 3 other such rhinos have been born in zoos worldwide. In a year. Good luck, little Kyiv.
All my employees need something different.
Oh. We can help with that. Okay, imagine this. Your mover, Rob. He's on the scene and needs a plan with a mobile hotspot. We cut to downtown. Your sales trip, Lisa has to send some files. Like, ASAP!
So basically, I can pick the right plan for each employee.
Yeah, I should have just led with that.
With AT&T Business, you can pick the best plan for each employee and get the best deals on every smartphone.
Hi, I'm John Roycraft, owner of Bathfitter, Minnesota. With over 13,000 baths and showers installed, and top-notch customer service, we are Minnesota's premier bath and shower installer. Give us a call or visit us online today.
Parks, Ronnie Porter is just 5 feet 2 inches tall, and she doesn't care. She did it again. 22 points for the Cougars. They beat Grand Rapids, the 3A quarter. Final 76-57. Class 3A top seed Becker was challenged today by a tough squad from Austin. The Bulldogs trailed by 5 with just a couple minutes left before rallying. Danny Noose three-point play sealed it 50. 348. Baker wins a close one. The Gopher women's basketball team has a postseason at Wisconsin. Green Bay and the WNIT tomorrow night. It's not the coveted NCAA tournament to be sure, but it is an opportunity to keep playing and extend the season.
I was obviously excited Sunday when it we waited 9-10 days and we came up with a plan, and then so to have us get selected was obviously great because we get some more time in here to compete and some more time to play.
That's tomorrow night. More girls basketball going on tonight. More highlights of all the above coming up tonight at 10.
Club for a limited time at Jimmy John's.
Break me off a piece of that.
Hey, Lily, I need a new wireless plan for my business, but all of my employees need something different.
Oh. We can help with that. Okay, imagine this. Your mover, Rob. He's on the scene and needs a plan with a mobile hotspot. We cut to downtown. Your sales rep, Lisa, has to send some files. Like, ASAP!
So basically, I can pick the right plan for each employee.
UCCO.
Twin Cities restaurants say they'll need the luck of the Irish this weekend and beyond to help give their businesses a boost. Figures show Minnesota's hospitality and tourism industry lost more than $15 billion in revenue over the last 2 years. What's worse is down 32,000 workers from before. David Schumann shows us what's needed for a true restaurant recovery.
Then they turn on at 5.
Meredith O'Toole is hoping the new deck outside her St. Paul Bar, the spot, is complete in time for what's arguably the biggest day for her business in the last 2 years.
We have specials on drinks, Guinness. We pour a lot of Guinness on St. Patrick's Day.
2 years ago, the holiday is when Governor Tim Walz ordered restaurants to stop dine-in service, a day Irish pub owners remember well. Patrick McGovern's in St. Paul is expecting a mirror image of that Thursday.
Buren Street, we're told the temporary spot is connected to sponsorships. Minneapolis educators hit the picket line for the 7th day of no school. Right now, hundreds are rallying in downtown Minneapolis. This is a live look at a group of teachers and supporters on Nicollet Mall. There is no deal in sight for Minneapolis educators right now. However, St. Paul teachers are voting on their new contract today. It includes wage increases and mental health support for students. Union representatives say if St. Paul can do it, so can Minneapolis. Earlier, black educators came together demanding equity during contract negotiations. They say there is a push to hire more teachers of color and education support professionals, but because they are newly hired, they are not protected from layoffs and staff reductions. They also say they're underpaid.
I'm here standing for the retention of us, people of color. I'm standing here on strike for higher living wages. I'm standing here on strike for mental supports for all of our students.
Educators of color say meeting these demands is the only way Minneapolis